All right, all right. Sarah had a great idea tonight.
I thought, why not take you guys along for an investigation in the night?
And
Story time in the bottom.
we got up out of that chair, and we're going to go down here where we investigate, guys. We want to show y'all how spooky it is. We're going to tell spooky stories, and I'm going to tell you some encounters from my grannies that I have not told y'all about. So get ready for a trip down memory lane for me because I lived it. And I'm going to drive you by my granny's old place. A lot of y'all haven't never seen it. And I'm going to show you kind of how it is in the dark. You won't be able to see much because it is dark. But at least you've been there, right? Share it out to everybody, guys. I don't know if Facebook put a live out. Our numbers are out the roof. Our view times are out the roof. Our numbers are out the roof. Our PayPal's out the roof. I'd just say the roof ain't even touching the house right now. Yeah, sky is the limit. But we're going to take y'all down here. It's probably going to be pretty scary. We're going to be in the middle of nowhere. We're going to talk about our scary encounters that we have had, paranormal and cryptid tonight. Because we are going to start working with a little bit of paranormal scary stories. And we've got some great investigations coming up from the paranormal side. So, join us on this little live jaunt out in the woods. And where we can actually walk somewhere and not be out of breath. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready. Share us out, guys. Everybody that's in here, share us out to at least one friend. Post us on your Facebook, wherever you guys can. Let's get us out there for all these stories.
Let's get it out, guys. If y'all will get me a good group in here tonight, I will tell you stories that I was saving for my book, that I just felt like this is a good time to do it. But these stories have got to be told down where they started.
Yep.
And we have a little extra thing with this tonight.
We're just going to give y'all a little tour of what we do in the night.
We brought something a little extra.
As a surprise.
Y'all are going to get a surprise tonight. We just felt like this was going to be a fun night, an interesting night.
Right after a storm.
Wendy said something. I couldn't read it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's right after a storm too, guys. It's going to be a trip in our little rocket ship.
This guy.
Like that maybe Dazed and Confused. All right, all right.
I hate Dazed.
Somebody is. Somebody out there somewhere is.
I was one.
I would say so. Oh. Well, this old trucker right here decided to turn around. He was going to go through the fence for a minute. He decided he's going to turn that rig around one way or another. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, guys, we got some stories lined up for you tonight. Oh, we're going to be moving our new live night.
Yep.
Friday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, Friday nights. We do Saturdays too.
Let's do that. Let's throw a live out every Friday and Saturday.
Every Friday and Saturday. And Sunday. Let's take it off. We can do Fridays and Sundays. Give a day break for Saturday for the kids. And then Sundays we can do like an early evening live.
Yeah. That'd be good.
I think that would be awesome.
What do you guys think?
Go on our Facebook, tell everybody we're live right now. Come join us. Let's get them in there. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm not really looking too forward to this. It's going to be scary down here. ain't like you're, in the city or anything.
And we're really not prepared.
Not well, we are.
Well, yeah.
We're prepared. Oh, I want to thank everybody for joining our other channel. We've had a lot of people jump in on that channel, and we appreciate that very much too. It just seems like there's no stopping us.
I told you, sky's the limit.
Yeah, Sarah told me. She said, "Sky's the limit. This is going to be nothing." She said, "Bad publicity is good publicity." And I said, "You think that's what's going to happen?" And Sarah said, "Look at your numbers." This morning she showed me my numbers, and she's like, "Look at your PayPal, Mike." And she's like, "These people are seeing what you're saying." So I was like, "Wow."
How's that? We are live on YouTube. Come join us. Oh, yeah.
So God bless you guys. Right here was my granny's area. You're probably not going to see dogs.
Yeah, watch that car. It's coming out of the driveway.
Oh, we got a car pulling out of the driveway.
I mean, I don't see trees and grass.
But this is where my granny's was, right here in this little area. You can see it's nothing but trees. But we're going to film it in the daytime for y'all. That way I can put it in my book too. I've got some old pictures of the home place, and they'll also be in my book. We're going to be working on that book extra hard, that's for sure. Sarah says I got to get it done.
Get it done.
So we're going to get it done. She said I have to. I don't have a choice.
Yeah, acting like an old whip dog.
I'm just an old whip dog out here. All right.
We are moving it.
We're going to get down here, guys. We're about the tripod where we can set the phone on the tripod. That's 3, right? Try me 3.
I don't think so.
The
I think
deuce.
it's 4.
We got a deuce pod. I don't know what we got. We got something with
We
legs
got a
on
quad
it.
pod.
Quad pod. And as soon as we get down here, guys, we're going to set y'all up on it. And we got some lights. Oh, we got lights. Can you believe they make lights and not lanterns anymore with recharge? But we're going to do those tonight. And it's going to be a fun night. It really is.
I might even dance for y'all if you get enough people in here.
Oh, God.
I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. That was rude. You said, oh, God.
There we go.
Yep. I hope y'all record something good these days. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to be safe, but we're also going to be very secluded. And I ain't going to lie, we could hear something down here live, guys,
Yeah. Where's the moon?
in the sky.
I've seen it earlier, but I was trying to see if I could tell what it was. Oh, I can look at my app, my weather app.
Yep, Sarah's got a weather app.
I've got 4 weather apps.
She keeps track of the storms. We got a big thing right here. What's that say?
I was with the kids laughing and enjoying food and football, and I just being silly. I was told I'm being. If you watch and not leave a comment, I'm sure how many comments I need to leave, but that's Janice.
Do what now? I'm lost, guys. Janice, we love you.
It is the moon phase tonight is a waxing gibbous.
Ooh, it's the perfect hunt lane. This is when most of the attacks have happened. According just to my records, guys, since I've been in the moon phases, that would just be my records. But we're going to take you all along with us down here, stick you on the quad pod, and we're going to bust alive right out of these woods.
Bust the move.
Bust the move. We might ramp this bridge down here.
You know what I think would be a good idea?
What's that?
I think whenever you get the thermal thing for the paranormal, what we talked about, I think that'd be pretty cool to take to the boat ramp and then sit down there, leave that plate, build a fire, just have our chairs there, and just sit and just see what happens.
I'm going to walk everybody over and show them that old gate that's down here to the old place.
Gate?
Yeah, remember that old gate?
Gary?
On Halloween, Sarah's going to walk through that old gate, guys.
Yep.
And she might disappear.
I'll disappear and then I'll come back.
No, you won't.
I will.
Disappear, you ain't coming back.
They will want to bring me back. I will scream to the top of my lungs like a wild ass banshee.
If you disappear, I'll break the gate. That's for sure. Let's go right down here.
I'll walk it off.
I'll
walk it off.
Walk it off.
Yeah.
Walk all the way back.
I'll run back if I have to. I can run, y'all. You may not believe it. Believe me, whenever I say if I get scared enough or I want out of somewhere, I can run.
Ooh, look how foggy this got.
Yeah. Oh, big hole. Oh, yeah.
You gotta be able to see. That's important.
Don't forget, guys, share us out. Hit the like button as you guys are coming in. Yeah, I think so. No.
Walking the. Did we pass it?
Yeah.
Did we really?
Yeah. Oh, no, there it is. Right there, yeah.
It's not marked, guys. It's not a road or shoes lot. Here we go.
Let's see what we can do tonight, y'all.
I guarantee you where we're going right now. Sarah can take the phone and kind of show you in front of us a little bit of where we're at.
I don't know if we'll be able to see.
We're definitely headed down to the other side of my backyard.
We didn't bring you here today, y'all.
This is the new place.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Back up here now. It's probably kind of hard to see.
We're going to get out in a minute, guys. You're going to be able to look everywhere. We're going to stick you on the quad pod, and then we're going to tell you all some stories, encounters, talk about some future things we're talking about having to get together, just sharing out some things. We got a lot of ideas, and I think you guys are going to love them. So road ain't been traveled a whole lot. The areas down in here is they call it Big Creek.
You don't want to get caught here.
It's the Big Creek area. I got a lot of family live down here though, and there's a lot of Native Americans live down here. I'm Native American. Sarah's Native American.
They're proud of it.
Yeah, my great grandpa was 100% full blood Native American, and just a lot of good friends down here, a lot of good people, a lot of good family. It's where we were raised, and this is what we do.
Yep.
We fish down here tonight. It's going to be scary stories, encounters, and we're going to take questions from you all. And I'll probably have to get my face right up on the screen. I forgot my glasses, or I'll have Sarah read them off me. She's still got those young eyes.
Not really.
I don't really have such good eyes anymore up close. I can see good far away, which works good for her. But I forgot my sophisticated glasses tonight, so y'all will have to pardon me for not being sophisticated. Did you bring your sophisticated glasses?
No, I just brought my brain and my eyes.
You're not going to be sophisticated?
Oh, I'm always sophisticated
Oh.
with or without the glasses.
Oh, okay. So, getting down here.
He just got silent, like, damn, I'm always sophisticated whenever I have my glasses.
I have no idea what she's talking about. But if she says she's sophisticated, folks,
I'm sophisticated.
sophisticated. Oh,
What?
big rocks.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
This is Sarah's backyard. This is Sarah's backyard.
Yeah, we're in Sarah's backyard tonight. She don't take as good care of hers as I do, though.
No, I don't want nobody to find me. And they never know where I am whenever I'm out here.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. It's a secret.
Is this where you grow your taters? It feels like a tater court right here.
That was kind of fun, actually.
All right. We are going to face this car headed out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the moon. So which way do you want? Which way you want to face?
I think you should back up.
Have the moon in our back.
Yep.
We're,
We'll stand behind the car.
we're gonna let y'all look at the moon tonight.
And if we can get enough people in here, is there something freaky around here?
Yeah. We're like in the middle of nowhere. Huh? Yeah, it's over there too.
Is it?
Walk over and find it if you want to.
If we can get enough people in here, I will walk through the gate tonight. Yep. I'll walk straight through it.
Well, grab my phone. You can take it off the charger. I'll let you carry it because I'm going to carry something else. Okay. So I'm going to let Sarah carry the phone, guys, before we get set up. She's going to
Hold on a second. Let me,
have the phone.
okay.
I'm going to grab this one here.
Put my phone. We want a light? Flashlight. What'd I do with that? Oh, it's right here. Oh, nope. I don't know what I did with the spotlight. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh. See, this is what happens every time we go out. We lose stuff on the way. I gotta have light to see where I'm going though. Hang on, guys. Yeah. Ew. Okay. Barely. Here we are, guys. You got the keys? You didn't leave them in there.
I got him. There's a gate right down
Isn't
there,
it back
guys.
that way?
I don't know if you can see.
Oh. I'm trying to keep everything in line. Hey, Adam, welcome in.
I think it's right here.
Do you want the spotlight so you can see?
Yeah. Can they see? Make sure they can see you. Yeah, shine the set light on.
Hello. Hold on. What? Oh no. Maybe you guys can see me now a little bit. I don't want to blind you guys. I also got to kind of see where I'm going. I think it's back behind us. Yeah. No, it's back there. Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's back there. Sorry, guys. I had to see where I was going for a minute. Hey, Shell. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Eddie. Thanks for coming in. Sorry, we're out in the field right now, so it may be hard to see me at times. Mike has on a headlamp. I don't have one.
There's a reason. I can run with my hands free with this on, still see.
I know. See, he packs me up. Hey, your truck light just came on. Look. See it?
Might want to turn that out.
Hey, Mike.
Are you sure it's down there?
Yeah.
I think it's the other way.
No, it's down this way.
I know this light is going to do it.
What light? The other one like I have is right up there on the dash. I hear the hoot owl. Good to have you here.
You sure?
Yeah.
I think we'll have to find it on our way out. I'm pretty sure it's back the other way.
You sure?
Yeah, it's the other way. That's okay. Well, she will walk through the gate. Good, Echo.
Yeah, I just told you I've been listening to hoot owls. Okay.
Quad pod.
We're looking for the quad pod, y'all. Then you'll be able to see us better. We're gonna get some light.
Walk.
Oh
I
god.
told everybody about that. Tell them about this thing walking.
Yes, it's very dark down here. I don't know if you guys can see it.
We'll show them in a minute. We'll turn out all the lights.
There's the moon. Yeah, I'd put it like right here.
Put this right here.
Huh? No. You're blinding me.
You tell them we're going to hook them on the.
Alright,
Yeah.
we're gonna hook you on the
Yeah,
tripod.
you stand in front of it, and I'll hook them on.
Okay.
Here's this light real quick. I have to be careful though, because if I hit the button.
Top of your car, maybe? Shine light to us?
Maybe.
You tell us it looks like it'll work.
You're not going to be able to see comments if you turn the camera off. The camera didn't rotate like I wanted it to.
Nope. Probably just have to leave it straight up and down.
I don't think we can on this. Hold this and I'll keep them busy.
We're working on getting the phone on the tripod. Hey, they can see with that light. We stand right here. No, Randy, we won't get 8. Not tonight. There's no guarantees we might not see something down where we are, but
We can always buy another quad pod.
yeah. We are ready to go.
Maybe. Think about it about this. Maybe. It's not going to be real stable.
Oh, that's your light.
I don't know why we don't have a very big picture. Should it be bigger than that?
No. It's on your phone screen.
Oh, it wasn't bigger than that earlier?
No.
Why is my light staying on?
Help! No, I ain't gonna say that down here. I don't want no help from nothing.
And start yelling for help.
We should close the door, all right?
Yeah, unless you want to run the battery down.
No, we're not. Oh no.
sorry guys. This thing was supposed to be high rated, but I don't know if it's going to work. It's not holding like it said it would. It only hold it sideways. Okay, it's on there hard, tight, but it's still.
We'll just check it around.
Alright, guys. Sarah's hearing something she says already. Let me take a look. I think it looks
I don't know.
We're going to start telling y'all some encounters here in just a second.
No, not good eating tonight. All right. We are here.
Want me to record it? Just in case?
I just take some pictures. Take some pictures with it. Now, you guys, you watch behind us because we're looking at y'all. So you watch behind us. I don't want to get attacked from the back.
Alright.
Uh-oh. That's funny.
Alright, guys, we're going to start with a story, or I guess an encounter. Everybody wants to call me on my phone when I get down here and solve this out. So I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to start with one that started out down here a long time ago. Back whenever I was younger, my mom and we would come down here and we would do a lot of fishing. Back behind me over here is the actual lake. You can't see it right now, but I'm going to do some videoing for y'all tonight so that you're going to be able to see exactly where we're at. Let me try to straighten this up a little bit for you guys. I don't know if it will hold, but anyways, she'd bring me down here a lot when I was younger. There's a lot of pecan trees down in here. There's a lot of good fishing, and you have the old mud flats. Well, I was younger back then, and my mom brought me down here, and we had just started fishing. And while we were fishing, back behind me over here where Sarah's at, there's a tree line. While we were out fishing and everything, the trees started snapping like something was walking in them. And I remember being little, my mom, she started kind of like paying attention behind us, and she always carried a gun for self-defense. And, you know, we always had a light with us and everything because when you come down here, it's dark. And we started hearing something walking. And I remember my mom kept paying attention. And then later on, my dad showed up, and I remember talking to my dad, telling my dad, there's something out there. And my dad, he was a big guy. My dad was 6'6", 350 pounds, something like that. So he went and checked it out. And he came back and he said, I think we should probably leave. And my mom said, well, why do you think we should leave? He said, there's something out there, and it's a lot bigger than I am. We could hear it breaking the limbs and stuff. And my mom said, well, we're catching catfish. And we wasn't catching big catfish that day. We was catching just frying pan sized catfish. And we was catching fish. And when you're catching fish, it's hard to leave.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave. And we got down there and it started yelling, and it started doing its whoops and everything like that. And when it started doing all that, of course, we started packing our stuff. And we ended up going home that night. But my cousin was down here one night, and he actually said something He wasn't sure what it was, but he said something followed him. I keep seeing a light over there.
Mhm.
And do you see a light?
Mhm.
Hold on one second.
Huh? I was listening. Sorry.
And we ended up leaving.
Just a little louder.
And that was hard to hear me. We ended up leaving that night because we'd heard things. Now, Sarah came down here one night with a friend of hers, and they had a little stronger encounter than what I did. And her encounter was, I kind of wish I would have had it, kind of wish I didn't, but I'll let her tell you about what her and her friend ended up encountering down here.
We were parked just a little bit further back because it wasn't as muddy. Just a little bit further back than we was. And we were just goofing around, listening to music, just talking, him hawing around. Well, something like hit the side of the car. We kind of played it off. So we sat there for a little bit longer. We were telling scary stories, and then it was like something moved up to the front of the car because we could see like something hunkered down in front. We couldn't exactly tell what it was. So my friend, they really started freaking out. They was like, "We need to go, we need to go," but on down would be this way. There was a couple lights which looked like car lights. So we waited, thinking maybe whatever it was would run off. The car would scare it away that was coming down here, and then we would leave. It wasn't a car. Whatever it was two, and they were big, white balls. You couldn't see through them. It just looked like those styrofoam balls that you would have that you would use in arts and crafts, and they were just floating down the road, just to look like headlights. Well, they got a little ways from us, and then they stopped, and my friend just covered their eyes, and they said, "Sarah, you need to drive us out of here. We need to get out of here." Well, I wasn't going to drive that way because there was no way I was going to drive to whatever that was. So it wasn't until a little bit later that these things just kind of floated back off, which would be this way now, back off into the woods, and they disappeared. We started hearing these weird sounds, uh, like a baby. We've heard babies cry, uh, like the hoot owls, of course, the hooping, the hollering, and what sounded like a tree that got knocked over. So we ended up packing up and leaving, and as we were leaving out, the two little, whatever they was, orbs looking thing, I guess, stayed behind us a little ways until we were far enough away, and then they just disappeared. So that was a pretty scary night. They never came back here. They would never come back to this spot.
They was done coming here after that, guys.
Yeah.
Across behind us over here is an old boat ramp, and it's pretty scary back in there. There's a island on the other side of it where we're at right now, and we can take them to show them.
Yeah.
Y'all want to go walk back and take a look at what's behind us?
Take them on the boat.
Would y'all like to take a walk back there and take a look in the woods?
You say no. Whatever.
No, I didn't. Why? Or maybe. If I was reading out loud.
It said it was like.
Yep, everybody says yes. Let's take them and show them.
Okay.
Let me grab a light. Sarah, you take the camera. I want my hand free.
Gotta get the camera.
I'm going to throw something at you.
Yeah, I don't know. Get it undone. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna face you forward so you can see as we walk. Why are you sending me first? See, guys, I always gotta go.
We got Big Bertha set up. You see it?
Yeah, I'd be sad if something
That's
happened
Big
to that. This is a little creepy.
Yeah. We need to put our boat in down here.
Not after that story you told us. Flipping us over?
I ain't gonna put this over
Would here. This would be the perfect spot to do it at.
down there.
Yeah. There's nothing here.
Hope they can see.
Can you guys see all right?
Oh, maybe that's it.
Ooh. Huh? Mike, no. Stop. Back up. Come on.
What is that? What is that?
Take this.
Did you see that?
Stop.
There's somebody there.
Mike, there's somebody in that chair. That's a chair.
There's somebody sitting in a chair down here, guys.
Are they okay?
I'm gonna go check. They're not there.
Okay.
I want to get a flashlight.
You here.
Here, let me get the night vision.
What do you want me to do? I don't know, but I don't want you to go alone. Hold on a second, guys. I'm just gonna keep facing him this way.
I want to record this anyway, just in case there is somebody there. Turn my light on here real quick.
That made my heart stop.
I don't know why, but for some reason my night vision is not working.
Uh-oh.
My night vision now.
Your night vision's not working now? You keep watching that way.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna go up to this.
I'm not staying by myself.
Just like stay a little ways back. Tell them what we found. We don't know if there's anybody there.
Yeah, we don't know if there's anybody there, but there's like an old chair sitting down by the water. That's why I said stop real quick.
You just don't usually see that down here.
Can you find anything?
I don't see nobody in it.
I'm scared.
Might have been somebody just left it.
You sure?
I don't see nothing in it.
So we're just gonna walk down there?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk down there.
Well, I ain't staying by myself. You guys can still see where we're going. Well, that's creepy. Now do you guys see why I stopped so quick? It's over here too. Come on, back up. Check to your left. All the way down the bank? No, down. That way. Out. Like towards the water. Keep going. Yeah, out through there. Here's a hoot owl. Randy, where?
What did you say?
He said, is that a human?
Where?
That's what I said, where? This is why I stopped the first time, guys. Whenever we were walking down to show you the first time, it's because I seen this here. It's just a chair. What was that? Something right beside us.
Something broke a limb right in there.
Let's head back up towards the car.
I don't think anybody was doing that.
No, that's thorns.
Yeah, that is. That's locust trees.
I don't know. At first it looked like somebody was sitting in that chair. That's why I stopped so quick. That was just freaky.
That was creepy.
Dogman, you came in at chair. I'm sure I seen eye shine, Sarah.
Tell them I did run the night vision along the bank in case there was something there.
Yeah. They heard you. They heard you.
This tree right here, guys, been here forever.
This one?
That one.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Ooh, bug.
All right. So another story.
Can you guys hear that? That ain't a coyote. Mike.
What? I know them coyotes got stirred up with something. Y'all heard them coyotes? That one was a little weird sounding.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, down at my granny's, guys,
Put you back up.
a long time ago, a story I ain't never told y'all about because I didn't talk a lot about the supernatural aspect of my granny's. And since we're going to be getting into paranormal stuff in a little bit and talking about it, it's just one of the things that's always scared me the most. they used to have this man that would almost kind of like float across the pasture that everybody would see. And yeah, I agree, Eddie. It didn't sound quite like a coyote either. I thought the others were uh, coyotes for sure, but that last one, I'm not sure what it was. Yeah, portable LED lighting is. They'd have this like guy float across the pasture. Now my uncle had just got back from Vietnam around that time, and he shot at it several times. Never did affect it. Um, when they would be in the house, sometimes they would hear what would sound like rice or beans spill across the floor. They go look, and there'd be nothing there. Now the part that they didn't tell you about was sometimes in the house there was a shadow man, and the shadow man would just appear in different places, sometimes in the corner, sometimes in the bathroom, sometimes in the kitchen. He never really done anything. It's just he would be seen throughout the house. Sometimes whenever they was, in the bathroom or whatever, they would hear creaking. But I remember, when we lived in our mobile home, and I found the other day my very old phone that I had back and messages and stuff where we had talked about it, and that place was bad. It was really bad. Sarah, she used to watch some really scary movies, and she watched movies I wouldn't even watch, and she can tell you that by watching those movies will allow stuff into your house. She was a
Mhm.
she learned that,
Yeah.
and she actually got rid of all her scary movies after. Well, tell them what happened to you why you got rid of your stuff. She had a huge collection of scary movies.
I had everything. Like I had like Exorcist movies, stuff like that, and I used to be really into it. One night I was watching a scary movie, and it was The Exorcist, and it came on to the part to where like they were gonna exorcise a demon. So I was sitting there and I was watching it, and on my little table that I have that sits by my chair, I had just one of those little tiny lamps. And that's all I had on, and it was almost to the point to where they had tried to get it out. I'm not gonna go into detail about that, but they almost got it out of the person, and my bulb that was inside my lamp shattered. It just broke. So after that, I kind of, started reevaluating what I was watching because you ever get that feeling, when you're walking around and you think something's watching you or you feel something's watching you. It's like that eerie feeling that you get. I used to get that a lot. And so one night I didn't even have the TV on. And one night I was laying in bed and I saw this, like you said, the dark shadow. I have saw this dark shadow before. The first time I seen it, I was maybe 7 years old, and it was mom, Mike, and me, and we were all in the living room. I wanted to have a camp out in the living room, so they agreed to do it with me. And I was laying there. Well, mom had one of those little bitty night lights that plug into the outlet that was on the wall, so if we got up in the middle of the night, we could see. Well, I was laying there and I had opened my eyes and I saw something just slowly move in front of the light, casting a shadow on the wall. So I told my mom, and she goes, "No, no, it's okay. You just open your eyes too quick." Well, so I laid there for a little while and I kept watching and I seen it again and I got really freaked out. So Mike just told me, he goes, just close your eyes and just try to go to sleep. I couldn't. Something would just not let me close my eyes. So about that time, I looked back over and up against the wall, it was the shadow. It was like halfway up the wall, and its hand reached like long ways on the wall, and it was like motioning me to come here. It was like reaching out, and I screamed, and I told mom. And the first thing she told me that I needed to do was we just needed to pray about it.
and it would go away. Well, she told me what to do, and I prayed it, and I didn't see it. And then I started back to where it all started with the movie. I seen the same black shadow again. This time, I've seen it in the bathroom. Like it went from my hallway because I live in a trailer too. So it like went from the hallway and darted into the bathroom. I felt like I shouldn't go in that bathroom. So I just turned around and I walked away, just played it off. Well, a little while later, I was sitting in my chair and the black shadow started coming up the hallway, just up the hallway. And it went the whole length of it, all the way back to my laundry room. I got scared. So I remembered what mom told me. And I sat there for a minute, just thinking to myself, is this real? Am I really seeing this or am I just imagining it? No, I wasn't because I had a picture hanging on my wall. And my picture flew down off the wall and it shattered everywhere all over my floor. Well, I did what mom had told me back whenever I was 7 years old and it left. Uh, After that, it wasn't so bad because I took most of those movies out of my house because I kind of put two and two together after a little while. It was these movies that I was watching, and I was really into this. Like, I was like studying like the Ouija boards and stuff. I was, into the witchcraft thing. I was into the magic. But after studying all this stuff and learning about it, it's bad. It's really bad. And I've had one other personal attack that I guess I could share. And I was probably, well, you were home with mom. I was probably maybe 10. I had went in to go take a shower, and it was during the day actually. And I'd went in to go take a shower, just normal shower. I was in there singing, dancing around, taking my shower, whatnot. And then I was washing my hair. Well, you know how like your hair looks whenever it's over your shoulders, whenever it's wet. Well, whenever I turned my head, to look over here, I thought it was just my hair. It wasn't my hair, it was a hand. A hand was laying on my shoulder and it scratched me as it pulled down, like backwards to my back. And I remember I jumped straight out of the shower with my towel and I ran straight out into the living room and I was hollering like bloody murder for Mike and mom to come in there because this hand had touched me and I had scratch marks. And after that, I'm not sure what you guys wouldn't never tell me what you guys did, but
We prayed over the house. We prayed over the house, and we also had my uncle at the time that was still alive. He came over and prayed with us, and things continued to happen in the house. I I was sleeping in a room that used to be my grandpa's, and he had passed away. And I was telling my dad at night that I was hearing things. My grandma at the time, and this isn't my granny, this is my grandma. She was in a room across from me, and we didn't have a door on her room, but there was a door on my room. And most of the time, I would leave my door closed because I'd be laying in there, talking to friends or whatever on the phone. And I think that's the time I met my second wife, and I would talk to her in there on the phone. And I know that whenever we would have to go to the bathroom, we would have to walk past my grandma, and she was bedfast, and my mom took care of her, and we lived there. And whenever I would go through there, she would say that she was seeing shadows of people going in and out of the closet. And I had told my dad, I said, Dad, there's stuff in here because I was seeing shadows too. And in our front room was a really long front room, right?
mm,
And Grandma had bells hanging up. There was like a fake rafter that went across the middle of the house. And on this fake rafter, she had bells hanging, like kind of like wind chimes, but they had bells on them. They wasn't really wind chimes.
I
And
remember
Remember them?
Yeah, I remember those.
And we would sit in there at night, me and my dad, and of course that house was airtight. Grandma had everything in that house was brand new, and we were sitting in there, and sometimes at night those bells would just ring, and Dad would always say, "Don't be scared, that's just Grandpa." I mean, Dad knew better then, but I think he done it to try for us not to be afraid. Uh, Later on, me and my wife had ended up purchasing that house from my mom, and we were staying in the front bedroom. And while we were in there, she always said she never felt comfortable in that room. I never felt comfortable in that room either. Anywhere in that house that I was at, I always felt comfortable except for that room and like the back room where Grandma used to keep her icebox. What is it? Yes, I have some stories, Michael. Yeah, send them to me, Shell, in my email. I'd be glad, or you can even tell them on our show, abnormalinvestigation77 at gmail.com, where we're hashtag AI boots on the ground. We stayed there for, I can't remember how long we actually owned the house, but that room always felt heavy, and it had a heavy feeling. But I don't know if some of you people, if you've been in a house where you have that feeling, you have like that old smell. Does that make sense? It's kind of like a old musky smell.
Mothballs or whatever they're called.
Yeah, but this
Cotton
was
balls.
yeah. Well, this was more of a musky smell, and I've smelt that in other houses that I didn't feel comfortable in. It's just like a. It's hard to explain. It's just a smell, and I think that if you ever smell it, you'll know. Yeah, you feel it. You feel it, but then you smell it. It's like a heaviness on your body.
Maybe like a mold smell.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's real heavy on your body.
Hmm.
And I hated being in there. And then we moved to the brick house that we were living in with my. This is when I was younger, living with my mom and dad, and I was in the first room on the left on the hallway. And I've told you all about this, but it really bothered me, and I'll never forget that to this day. I had things actually crawling in my floor. And I would tell my mom and them that, and they were like they didn't believe me. And that's why I stress this so much for all the kids out there that don't have an adult voice to, support them. Listen to your kids because I was terrified in there, but I was also told a lot of times, if I didn't, do this or that, I was going to be grounded or I couldn't take the car to town. It was terrifying. I mean, I had a lady walk out of my closet and lift my head up for God's sake. And it bothered me. I mean, I've told Sarah this story over and over and over. I've told everybody that it scared me to death. And this house, me and my cousin was in the back bedroom. We had a knife stuck in the door. We crawled out the window. We ran to my granny's. Just a lot of bad things happened in there. You getting scared?
Huh? No, I'm just
Oh.
looking around.
A lot of bad things had happened in there. But I've had things happen to me that I know was not cryptid, and I know that were not flesh and blood.
Oh yeah, you can tell.
And the reason it bothered me, I had an incident one time where I was laying in bed, and my youngest son, he was just got where he was running around, and I felt something jump in the bed with me, like actually felt it jump in the bed,
Hmm.
and I turned around and there's nothing there. And then me and my wife lived in a house in a small town where we live now, and my son had a friend stay all night, and kids sometimes how they get scared sometimes they'll like exaggerate a little bit. And I'm not saying don't believe them. I'm just saying they will exaggerate a little bit. And we had went to bed. And of course, we never shut our bedroom door. We left it open so they could run in there. And he had a friend staying all night, and they were playing in the front room. Well, the next thing you know is they come running in the bedroom, and they say the tricycle in the front room pedaled across the front room. And we thought for a second, was like, But what made us really believe that there was truth to this is because the little boy that stayed all night actually ran into our bedroom scared to death and puked in our floor.
Yeah.
He was so scared he puked. And then we knew that something had to be happening. And then Christmas time was coming around. We were putting up the Christmas tree. And we had took photographs, and in one of the photographs there was a little girl and I say little, probably 18, 19, it looked like, sitting on our couch holding a baby. And I don't know if I don't have the picture no more. She may still have it. But she was sitting on the couch. She looked like holding a baby.
Mm.
And then sometimes at night, our garage door would go up and down by itself. And we would always say maybe somebody else's, controller when they would come home would set ours off. But it was different times. It was never on a schedule. And you would be in there sometimes, and it's like that smell would come in that house too. It's like
Like
you
a
would,
moldy smell.
yeah, it's like an old moldy, wet pine box smell,
Mhm.
kind of. And that smell would come, and we start hearing knocking. I don't know what the knocking was.
Knock of 3 is always the worst.
It was 3 knocks, and they would come from the garage. And I would get up and go look in the garage, and there was nothing in the garage. And I go sit back down in the chair again.
If I remember right, do you know what the 3 knocks are?
Yeah,
Mm.
and it was bad. Uh, it actually bothered me so much. Sarah had a movie that I hated watching. It was called Hide and Clap. Hated, or it wasn't Hide and Clap as the movie, but it was like a game they played, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the movie is now.
And it scared me really, really, really bad. Um, Even down here where we're at, there was a lot of cemeteries and graves that weren't found whenever they flooded the town. And it's a scary place down here, guys. It really is.
Yeah, it's scary down here.
And some of those things that happened to us, they said The Conjuring,
Yep, that's it.
and it was scary. I mean, I don't like those kind of things, but I've had those things happen to me. I was camping with a girl, and we were sleeping in the Durango, and she raised up because she said she heard a woman talking.
Mm.
And I said, there ain't no women out here. And she said, no, I hear a woman talking. And she raised up and she looked out the window. And when she looked out the window, she screamed and covered her head up. And I said, what did you see? And she said, yeah, it does smell like an attic.
Yeah.
It does. It does smell exactly like an attic. And she said that she seen another woman looking through the window at her through my car. And she said she was like an old looking lady and scared her bad. We had to leave that night. She wouldn't even finish camping. Uh, that was a really bad time. When I was with my ex-wife one night, we were sitting on a back road talking where we used to sit and talk, and we saw two figures coming out of a field, looked like two people, and we thought they were coon hunters or something. We turned the lights back on the truck, and they would disappear. We'd turn the lights out, we could see them walking. So I mean, a lot of that happened too. And I mean, I don't know if she'd tell you today she saw it, but I mean, it's true. It's really what happened. Sarah's had some really bad paranormal stuff happen.
Mhm.
The cemetery one's what gets me. And you,
Cemetery was crazy.
you have a worse one than the cemetery? You keep smelling it?
Yeah.
I keep smelling like, what's it called? Vanilla.
I smell cigarette.
I smell like vanilla. I want to let Sarah tell you.
I'm trying to think of one that.
Why don't you tell them about the time whenever we left you in the house by yourself? Whenever you were like probably 15 or 16, remember you were crying to stay home, and mom said don't want to leave you here. Then we ended up leaving you there, and then you like had a panic attack and had to run to Granny's because you said there was a man standing in the hallway. You were doing dishes, remember? You're like 15 or 16.
I didn't go to Granny's. I don't remember that.
I thought you ran to Granny's. But you were
No,
young.
I remember the time whenever I was home and I was in the bedroom and Mike was, I think it was Mike's room. Yeah, it was Mike's room. He was letting me play on the old PlayStation that we used to have. And he had it like this old time door. That's the best way I know how to explain it. It was just like an old time door. And it used to squeak by the hinges. Uh, this just freaks me out to talk about. I was sitting on the end of the bed, just playing my game, and the TV just goes off. I didn't pay no mind. I grabbed the remote, trying to hit the button to make it come back on. Wouldn't come on, wouldn't come on. So I hollered at Mike, but I guess he didn't hear me. Went to walk out of his room, and the door just slammed shut. I screamed so loud. Whenever I reached for the doorknob, I couldn't get it to open. And it turns out Mike and Mom, were both outside, and I am stuck in his bedroom screaming to the top of my lungs because I cannot get out of this room. I don't know what's going on. And about that time, I heard like the knock on the window, and it was Mom, and I was just like crying. She was just looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" Through the window, and I'm telling her, "I can't get out. I can't get out." Well, they came and rushed in the house, and the door, just it let me open the door. That was pretty scary for me to have that happen. For having the door just slam straight in your face with no thing, and the TV was unplugged whenever he checked it. The TV.
Yeah. My uncle had two pit bulls, and this story really does freak me out, guys. He had two pit bulls, and they would normally sleep in the bedroom with him. And while they were in the bedroom with him, he would let them sleep in his bed because he was single. He was in his 50s probably, and he said his dogs would always go in his bedroom. Well, one night he was laying in his bed. He had been to an auction and bought a box of like how you can go to the auction and buy like a dollar box full of like
Mhm.
different stuff. He bought one of those, and he said he took it home and put it in his bedroom. Well, he was laying in there one night and he heard a woman talking. He lives in the country also, and he really ain't into that stuff. So he said he was looking around thinking, maybe the television was on, the radio was on, his phone, something. No, he was laying in his room. The dogs were in the front room, and it was time to go to bed. And he said the dogs hadn't came in there yet. He was getting ready to go to sleep. So he's laying in his bed, and his bed starts shaking.
Mm.
And he said the bed is like not like coming apart shaking, but like a vibrate. And he said I can feel the whole bed vibrating. And I'm like, what in the world is wrong? Is it an earthquake or what? I was laughing. Heard laughing. But anyways, he was like, there's a whistle too. Anyways, guys, the bed was shaking, so he called his dogs to come in there because he was kind of freaked out. And whenever his dogs come running in there, he said they got to the bedroom door,
Mm.
and he was going, "Come on, come on!" And he could see his dogs' mouths opening, and they were jumping up, like trying to come through the door, but they couldn't get through the door. He said, and there was no noise. Whatever this was blocking the doorway into his bedroom. His dogs could not get
I'll
into
grab my
there.
picture phone real quick.
And you want this? You want this one? And his dogs couldn't get in.
You want to take good pictures?
It takes nighttime. Or do you want regular pictures?
I don't want a regular picture.
Okay, she's gonna take pictures, guys. She's hearing something. Uh, anyways, the dogs couldn't get in, and he said he started praying. Well, this started happening to him a lot. His bed would shake. He'd be in bed at night. He'd wake up the next morning. All of his like dressers and his cabinet drawers would all be open for no reason. He said things on his table would be like mismatched. The plates would be moved over from where he set them the night before. The salt and pepper shakers set in different places and all that. And then whenever he went through that box one day and was going to have his own yard sale and pick out things he wanted, things he didn't, he found out inside that box was a Ouija board.
But I don't know, but there's something over.
But he contributed whatever he heard to that Ouija board. And I was like, probably something was attached to that Ouija board. And whenever he brought that home, so when you go to sales and stuff, you have to be careful because there's no telling what you're going to bring home or what's attached to, what you got. Sarah says she's hearing something. I'm not sure what she's hearing. What's it sound like? Would you feel better if I point the big light? Do y'all want to see what we're doing? Let me turn y'all around here. We're hearing stuff this way. I'm going to go right here real quick, guys, and turn this light around. Where's our other little light? Heard something whistle, guys.
Yeah.
Not sure what it was.
Here, you look at it. Make sure I ain't crazy.
Kind of felt like it laughed. Sarah just took a picture.
Yeah, turn off your light. You won't be able to see
Oh,
it.
okay. I keep forgetting I got my headlamp on. On blind Sarah, so something good.
That does not look right, does it?
On the face.
No, look at that whole thing right there.
Hard for me to see after looking into that light. I'm blinded. Can you see him?
Right here.
Let me take a shot of it with this. Let me turn this on.
Right over there.
Here, I'll show you how to use it. You can go do it. I'm going to put you on that mode and that mode. You're on camera. Take a picture right there. Get that to take pictures. Sarah's going to go take some pictures, guys. She's hearing something over there. Not sure what she's hearing. But I'm going to let her take a picture with the night vision because she thinks she might have saw something. Or IR, I call it night vision. It's IR.
How do you do it now?
You turn the to zoom. It should be all. It's close like that all the time. Yeah, you can zoom further in, but you can't zoom in. Just walk back. We got some kind of rustling in the bushes, and it sounded like almost like a whistle. So I'm not real sure what that was. Y'all think we should walk back down to the water?
No, I don't think we should.
Why? Do y'all want us to walk back down to the water and see if we can hear it again? I think Sarah's hearing stuff.
Yes, I'm just doing something. Yeah. I don't want to. I'll take a picture of it. I'll take a picture of that. I don't know. I'm getting a really bad vibe right now.
Sarah's going to tell y'all another story if we can stay down here long enough.
You just walk right over
Okay, I'll watch your back.
there.
Let me grab this light right here. I think people can see better probably like this.
Yeah.
Can they?
Yeah.
We need to get one of them stands. It's got the cell phone stand.
No, I can do this. I can hold it right here. I can see
Okay,
it.
I'll watch your back.
There we go, guys. Now you can see me. Sorry, that's got me paranoid.
My
Something-
light just died.
Yep.
My light died too.
Okay, my light's not dead. Guys, both of our lights just died except for mine.
Okay, I'm back on. Mine came back on. Mine's back on. But our big one is dead.
Alright. I just got that uneasy feeling.
I'm gonna put this in.
Okay. There's one. This happened. I was older. I was a teenager. I have to be careful how I say this one. I was with some friends, and we were at this place that we were allowed to go in, and there was an old piano in there, and it had been said that this piano would play, just at certain times of the night. So we went whenever I was into all that. paranormal stuff. We went, and we were all sitting there. Well, one of my friends got brave, and I'm not going to say the name of what it was, but they said the name, and they said, play us a song. Nothing happened for a little bit. So then another person, they said, well, let's just say it together and see what happens. I never said the name. I wasn't going to even try that. So they both said the name at the same time, and the next thing you know, you heard the piano just barely, barely softly start playing. It was just like a couple notes at first. So I started, getting that weird feeling, like, okay, this ain't right. This ain't supposed to be here. You feel your ears getting hot and stuff, which is what I'm doing right now for some reason. It's like that hotness comes over you. Well, I felt that. And I told him, I was like, okay, guys, you know what? I think we need to leave. Pretty soon, that piano started playing, and it was playing loud. And you know how, like, those people really get into it whenever they're playing the piano? And it's just like booming throughout the whole thing. That's exactly what that piano did in there after they kept saying that person's name. It was freaky. It was something that I told them that I would never go back and do just because of the way it felt. And on the way out, you could see there was multiple shadows that were along the brick wall of this place. There was just multiple shadows around. And one of the girls, she screamed, and she screamed bloody murder, kind of like I did whenever the hand touched me. And we asked her whenever we got outside, she's like, what? We asked her, we said, what did you see? What did you see? And she never would tell us nothing. She never would explain it. She said she never wanted to talk about it. She never wanted to think about it. She said that she knew that she needed to get out of there. And she never did anything like that again. Of course, that's whenever I kept going. And, after everything started happening in my house, I was tired of it. It was starting to get too scary. It was just that uneasy feeling that you always, always had, no matter where you went, where you walked, you always had that heaviness on you, kind of like what Mike said. You always had that heaviness on you. And whenever you got closer to it or where it was, even if you couldn't like see the shadow or whatever, you could feel it there. It was just a feeling that would come over you. And to this day, I still get that feeling every now and again, but it's not at my house. Definitely not at my house now. But like out here doing this, we get that feeling, and it's uneasy, and that's whenever we know it's time to go. Because I don't know, it's like demonic, I guess I'd call it. My opinion. That's why you get that feeling of the hotness and like you're feeling that you're being watched. It's kind of what I feel like right now. That's why I keep watching over there behind us.
I think that's all for tonight. We need to
Did you hear that?
We'll load y'all in the car with us, and then we'll say goodbye from the car. I'm going to load up the quad pod.
Oh, I can't see.
There's Sarah. She'll talk to you when we get everything loaded up.
I will tell you some stories. You guys have any questions? I'll answer some questions real quick while he's loading everything up. Sorry, you may not be able to see me real good right now because we're loading up all the lights and everything. Now we're going to get in the car. Take everything off that I have. Stop. I'm talking to myself.
We're going to take a picture of that gate.
Okay.
We'll do that after we get off there for everybody. Just let them know we're going to take a picture of it.
Okay.
in the holder.
I gotta clear my hands real quick. Hang on, guys. My hands are full. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Oh, God. Woohoo!
That could have been bad.
That would have been bad.
All right. If anybody's got any questions, we will try to answer them real quick for you.
I don't hear any crickets. No, it's pretty quiet tonight, really.
Yeah, it was really quiet out there tonight.
Kind of freaky, though. My hair is all sorts of crazy.
But I think that's it, guys. We appreciate y'all showing up, being with us. Look forward to the next Boots on the Ground. Some more videos coming up. Don't forget, Friday nights, 8 o'clock. We're going to be live every Friday night, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Be there or be 8.
I'm not going to eat y'all.
and on another note, guys, I want to let you know, join our other channel if you get a chance, because we are just country folk. That's what we are. We're proud of it. We're proud of our roots. You know, a lot of people ain't.
Yeah.
But, what was it?
He said, Sarah, what made you decide to rejoin us?
Sarah, I'll tell you that too soon. But we are country folks, guys. We're country on the other page. We hunt, fish, make crafts, whatever. We got jewelry coming for our channel. We got merchandise coming. You're going to get some Abnormal Family merch. And Sarah, tell them why you came back. And I'm going to find the gate while you tell them. I know that gate's over here.
I came back because for a little while, I won't go completely into detail, but there was just some things going on. And I didn't feel, I knew I was safe to come back, but there was just certain threats that were being made by certain people about what would happen if I came back to the channel or if I didn't. And I just had to take some time to think about what was the best thing for me to do and the right thing for me. And after considering it, I just decided you're only going to live once. You're gonna have to enjoy life and do things that you like doing. And I like coming out here on these. Granted, I get the crap scared out of me sometimes, but I like coming out here and doing this because we share a bunch of laughs. We do goofy crap most of the time whenever we're around each other. But that's why I decided to come back, because it's fun. I like, hanging out with him. We have a good time. It just took me a little bit to figure out me, myself, and that I could make decisions on my own. I didn't have to worry.
And they almost made true to their threats too, didn't they, as soon as you came back?
Yeah.
Like as soon as you came back, everything that was threatened.
I just had to make sure that everything was right for me.
Someone take a picture of the gate.
And he is jumping out to take a picture of that gate that he was going to tell you guys, the one that he wants me to walk through. Thank you, Scott. I'm glad to be back. Really, I am. There was times that I missed it. I'd sit and I'd think about, coming out here with Mike and thought about all the fun stuff we had and that, the fun times that we shared. And not even on this channel. Even for Wide Open Adventures, I just had to take some time to think and figure it out. And then after, talking to my mom, talking to Mike, it was just the right thing to do to come back. And now here we are, the dream team, back together, doing these investigations. I'm happy to be back. I don't plan on going anywhere unless I get 8. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. But I'm here. And that's just it. I don't want to deal with drama. I don't want to be associated with drama. I just want to do what we do, which is boots on the ground, and have fun doing that, and talking to all of our supporters out there that support us, because we love each and every one of you, and that's what I want to do.
All right, guys, we're going to end it with that. Until next time, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. when our videos come out, watch them, keep giving them all the views they're getting, keep our algorithm up.
Share this video out once it clears for everything. Share out our other videos that we already have and get us out there,
Yeah,
guys.
rewatch our old ones. If you're bored during the day, I've got playlists. Just go let them play. All that will bring us up, guys. It really will. If you go to bed at night, you want to listen, just hit the playlist. I've got a lot of playlists.
Yep.
We appreciate it, guys. We really do. God bless each and every one of you. I hope great blessings on all of y'all. I pray that you have great health, and we'll see you Friday night on the next one, guys.
That's right. And Maud, you did great tonight also. We appreciate you too.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
Our
We
mods
love
are
you.
awesome. Good night. Love you.